G'day folks. You may remember last week I came fishing here at this very spot under this rope swing, targeting yellow belly in the lower Ovens River, only a stone's throw up the river from Bundalong. Well, guess what? I'm back. Yet they're going mad! Finally! All I caught last week was one carp and nothing else. But that has not disheartened me from trying. There could be a whole number of reasons as to why the fishing was so slow last week. I've noticed the river has dropped probably 50 centimetres. Once that dropping slows down and it doesn't drop so quickly anymore, perhaps the fish will start biting. Perhaps the water's still a bit too cold. It is still only the first week or just into the second week of October, so the water's still a little bit cool. There's a lot of snow in the headwaters of the Ovens River, up around Mount Hotham and Mount Feathertop. The river is predominantly snow-fed, so the water is very, very cold coming out of the mountains, and perhaps it doesn't heat up as quickly as other rivers, such as the Loddon River and the Campaspe River, which come out of a lake and they're not as cold at the start. There's a whole number of reasons as to why the fishing could have been slow. Perhaps the barometer wasn't right. Maybe it was unstable or too high or too low. I don't know. What I do know is that I'm not giving up, and that's a key to success when you are fishing for any species. To keep on trying. Be a carp. Look at that. Carp and notorious are going straight out of the middle of the river like that and coming straight to the surface. Oh, he got off. I got a real quick glimpse of him out there. I reckon what's happened, that carp was absolutely big. I was going to say absolutely enormous, but I don't think he was absolutely enormous because he looked like he might have been maybe 50 centimetres or so. So I might say absolutely big. And I would say because he was absolutely big, that my little weenie hook just might have been a little bit too small for his mud-sucking, barbled lips of goodness. But anyway, I am going to put some worms back on and just cast back under there. I'm going to aim straight under that gum leaf, if it's still there after I put the worms on. I might put, this rod holder looks a little bit more secure. No, you'll be right. She'll be right. Now, that carp, I spoke earlier about how the river has dropped around about 50 to 60 centimetres and it might be dropping too fast. And I'll tell you what, that carp that I just lost, well, I think it was a carp, fought like a carp, a bit like a carp. That was so absolutely big that I reckon once I pulled it out of the water it might have dropped another 60 centimetres. You never know. Now, see this? This is a little trick that I picked up back in Nam. What I'm going to do is put that in there. You see that? So even if a absolutely big carp grabs my worms, pulls my rod in the drink, it's going to get stuck on that. Gee whiz, that fish just about pulled me right in the water. Tell you what, it's not even a bit. Oh, he got off. He got off, and look, he hardly even took any worms. It wasn't even a big fish. Oh, I'm guessing maybe a 40 centimetre something. Maybe a 40 or 50 centimetre cod or yellow belly or something. Not huge, but I think I better get a stronger rod holder. Oh, fish too, Robbie none. I'm copping a hiding tonight. Right, yeah, I don't like this rod holder as much. So what I'm going to do is take this one out that's just guarding my other rod from getting pulled in the drink. I'm going to put this one in. The problem with it, you've got to put your rod in like that, which is okay, but if you get a bite, you can't pull back to set the hook very well. You've got to pull your rod forward, which puts slack in the line, and then by the time you set the hook, the fish is gone. I'll put that in there like that. It's only there to stop the rod getting pulled in the drink. If I get a bite I can just pull it out. Right. I think this twig was a little bit on the weak side. I wonder if he'll come back. I don't think that was a carp. The first one I was convinced was a carp. The absolutely big fish. This one might have been something different, I think. That'd be fanner rod holders. The rod's secure and the fish can't pull it out. But I like being able to just grab the rod while it's leaning up against the fork-shaped stick, just straight up on the hook. I am on. It's a mud marlin. Only a little bloke. How am I going to get him out? I'm only using 4-pound line. I'm going to lift him and hope that the line doesn't break and the fish doesn't get off. You ready? Come with me, fishy. Aha. Right. Oh yes. One mud marlin. A little one. And, you know what? He's never going to get any bigger. Sorry, buddy. Your days are numbered. Yeah, I know. I'll show you something. I get in trouble for this all the time, right? This is something that I get in trouble for. I want to kill this fish as quickly as I can. So put him on the ground. I get my heel and I go, bang. He's dead. Look. He's dead. Bang. He's not flipping around, you know, suffering because of he's not getting any water in his gills. He's dead. Instant kill. Looks a little bit gross and barbaric, but he's shagged, he's stuffed, he's deceased, he's resting in peace. Now I can kick him back in the drink for any shrimp and yabbies and stuff that might be down there. People say you shouldn't put dead carp back in the water because they can still breed. Well, personally I think that's the biggest myth and the biggest load of crap you're ever likely to hear. If that fish has got eggs, I can tell you right now there's no food being passed on them, so they're going to die. The placenta isn't working. Rightio folks. Rightio folks. G'day folks. Kookaburras, because they're lovely. G'day folks. G'day folks. When the fish are just starting to get active. So at any given time. G'day folks. If I don't catch any cod, or if I don't catch any fish, I mean, fuck. Gee whiz, that fish just about pulled me right in the water.